Всем привет! I've got a question from one of the subscribers about what Russians think of America, and that's very difficult for me to answer actually. On the one hand, there is a lot of things I can say. On the other hand, that's very difficult because there is no one idea of what Russians think about USA. Generally, the thing I can say, Russians don't hate USA or something. If you feel something like that, if you think like that, because our governments are always in some controversial. No, because I think all people are more or less smart. Of course, there are some individuals who can think in very narrow way, but in general, firstly, many people immigrated in USA. There are many Russians living in USA, and USA brought lots of its culture in Russia, like in any other country, and that's why Russians know a lot about USA, and they have relatives in USA or someone, some mate at least, or some classmate, friend. Everyone have someone in USA, and that's why I can't say that Russians just believe to what they said on TV. And by the way, I can't even say that on TV people like hate USA, no, because again, everyone understands that the USA is too enormous. I mean, in the cultural and in the historical way, just to hate it or something. And I think it just depends on the current situation. I think we all know that nowadays our presidents, they are or friends or not friends. It changes every time. And I got a question what Russians think about Mr. Trump, and I think again it's very different because he's a very difficult person. He's very changeable, and when he was just elected, I think Russians were more happy, of course, because he wanted to have a dialogue, and that meant for us that something is going to change at least. Maybe it's going to finish finally, but nothing actually is happening. So they are just talking and talking and nothing happens. And of course, Russians never believed him 100%, but at least they hope that something is going to happen, but nothing is happening. So now, I don't know, they were skeptical and now they are more skeptical about him, but at least he's funny. He's funny for making memes with him. Many people do this, I think, everywhere. So something like this. Many cinematographical things came from USA to Russia, and not in the best way, I can say. Everyone said that Soviet movies were much well qualified, had much higher quality, despite of restrictions, despite of censorship. And now I think Russian movies, they try to copy American movies and lose their unique things, and they just to do mostly bad copies of American movies. But I think that's also typical for many countries. But of course, Russians love American movies, American literature, American cuisine. I mean, a typical unhealthy American cuisine like hamburgers or French fries and all that stuff. But generally, I hear a lot that Russians say that American cuisine is very unhealthy, even basic, everyday, that the quality of the food is not good. I mean, I hear this from people who moved to USA, that, yeah, the variety of goods is enormous, but I don't know, is it true or not, but they say that it's not tasty, the fruits are not tasty, or bread or something, and lots of sugar everywhere, and lots of corn flour or something like this. But again, of course, it's different because sometimes, like being in America, someone's criticized something, for example, lack of public transport, that you need to drive a car all the time, the medicine, of course, this stuff with insurance, because in Russia we have free medicine or you can pay, so you can choose. The free medicine is also possible. It can be 100% free, but of course, no one is going to be so nice with you there, and maybe the renovation of the clinic will be worse, and maybe you need to wait in the lines, but at least yes, it's possible to get free medicine 100%, and sometimes it's even good. So I know the examples by myself when free medicine was as well as paid. You just need to know the doctor or the places. Talking about the movies, that's not American, that's British, but I can say that Russians really love Guy Ritchie, for example, and they really, really love his movies, and they love Jason Statham. And I don't know if you heard or not, but if you check the Jason Statham's Instagram, they always there is a joke in Russia that we write some paphos, or one of the lamps off, sorry, but I hope it's okay. So you can write some paphos phrase, typical boy phrase about your coolness. I try to remember something about lonely wolf who comes along because he doesn't trust anyone, and write that it's Jason Statham's phrase. Sometimes they are very funny. I try to remember something, or maybe I write down something because I don't know the exact translation. And if you check the Jason Statham's Instagram, you will see that there are many comments of Russian people who write this phrases like his phrases, but they are not. And usually foreigners don't understand what's going on. So something like this. I think that's more old stuff when Russians loved Americans' action movies. I mean, something with Bruce Willis or Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger. So they love such kind of movies. I don't. I think, yeah, it's something from earlier times. They love Jim Carrey. They love well, Keanu Reeves. I think everyone love Keanu Reeves. I don't really care about him, but he's just okay. But Russians love him, so something like this. American music, of course. So I can't say generally that Russians don't like USA or something. That's not true, because there is lots of American culture in Russia, and I think it's for a very long time it's a part of Russians' life, and everyone understands everything because we are in the same situation. We understand, like, I think better than any other people in Western countries, that if your government do something, that doesn't mean that we need to treat badly with culture, with the people, because we at the same situation nowadays. That's why, and also because we know a lot about the USA. So that's something like this. That's what I wanted to say. So thank you for watching, and пока-пока.